The Indominus Rex was made to be nature's ultimate killing machine, camouflage for militaristic purposes, right? But today, what if the Indominus Rex was thrown into the world of Ark Survival Evolved? And, well, it kind of just strolled around a little bit, seeing raptors, trikes, moss chops, even avoiding the swamp area because, it just didn't feel like going there. And logic's up. But what if the Indominus Rex got hungry and then saw its biggest smorgasbord yet, the Ark Bronto? And today we're going to be seeing if a singular wild Ark Bronto could actually defend itself against the Indominus Rex. So, yeah, without further ado, let's begin. And keep in mind, we are going over two scenarios here. One is a straight up confrontation, and the other is a ambush attempt from the Indominus. So be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And yeah, let's actually begin. Starting off with the Indominus Rex, you could easily get her to around the regular or standard building level. This is because she's not only able to pull a zipline tower off its hinges, but is actually able to contend with other creatures like like Rexy, and she's easily above things like the Carno and Allosaurus as well, and even was able to pull down a Brachiosaurus, which is absolutely enormous. And honestly, it's like really impressive. Like, we actually see her just sneak up on it and then just yank it down. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. Also, can we really talk about how Brachiosaurus was kind of used as a punching bag a lot in the Jurassic franchise? It's absolutely ridiculous. But again, she should be able to tear through steel like she's already done. She's able to fight against Rexes. And keep in mind, the most common thing for a Rex to actually do is actually be able to crush a bus in their jaws. Yeah, I know, it's actually crazy. And fun fact about the Apatosaurus is they're actually capable of defending themselves with their whip-like tail, even from T-Rexes and even Allosauruses as well. So the Indominus Rex is able to get into the small building level. However, what can the Indominus Rex do? She can camouflage herself perfectly, blending herself in with her environment to, well, sneak up on her prey. Even in areas where you think like super open and everything, she can still camouflage in that. It's absolutely terrifying that she's capable of doing this. And she can even, well, sense or at least track down prey through her heat sensing. Yeah, so she basically has like a heat sensing like a pit viper and stuff like that. But without further ado, we have to get into the original, or the second Titan of Ark, or, the third Titan of Ark, the Bronto. So this is my Bronto here. This is Titan, and I actually went out, tamed him and his mate Tsunade. Yes, I'm gonna call my female Bronto Tsunade because they're strong and powerful women. But yeah, the most common thing you will actually see a Ark Bronto kill are Allosaurus, usually up to a pack as well. And I think the most I've actually seen an Allosaurus, or excuse me, a Brontosaurus actually kill is around 3 Allos. Yeah, if it's like a fourth one, then the fourth one's going to be the one to actually end up killing the Bronto because of all the damage it's caused. And then you also will see them kill Carnos and Baryonyxes, but that's usually because the Baryonyx is the one that accidentally chomped on it while it was chasing a survivor or a Muschops. Same thing with the Carno. So they'll just wind up getting like tail whipped into oblivion on that one. However, the greatest creature they can kill, and surprisingly, and this actually does make them the second strongest mid-tier in Ark in terms of normal, vanilla Ark. Basically before the Acro and the Deinosuchus and stuff like that, right? Is the Rex. The Rex itself is absolutely ridiculous. This thing is the ultimate predator, the ultimate killing machine. And yet, here's the Bronto. Tail whip, get away. Tail whip, get away. Tail whip, damage upon damage, until the Rex is eventually killed by it. So this means these tail whips are so powerful that they're able to damage a creature that can cause multi-city block level, city block level city block levels of damage and destruction. Now, regular Brontos in the wild do not have a high stamina intake. Their stamina is pretty trash in all honesty, unless you start, capturing them and leveling them up. However, they do not need that. believe it or not. Most of their stamina does come from them attacking. Keep in mind, they can also pivot somewhat well. Oh, well, I guess you can also say now they're able to pivot a lot better and they're able to turn around a lot quicker. But again, Brontos themselves, I think the only flaw I could really give them is the fact that their turning speed is just like slow. But at least now in Ascended, it's a lot more smoother, if you guys get what I mean. And the fact that, well, they just have a very horrible stamina drain. Like, their stamina can drain very quickly. But again, I guess that's not going to be important for the rest of this one here. But with that being said, yeah, the Bronto would easily get into these city block level categories. They have poor stamina, but they have very high AP, which is pretty, pretty great. And they also have pretty high health as well. So there are benefits and there are downsides with the Bronto. But if you guys want my normal Ark perspective about it, I do go ahead and tame the Brontos anyway, because they are the ultimate harvester, in my opinion. But with that being said here, let's talk about the first scenario. A straight-up confrontation. The Indominus counters the Bronto in the wild, and the Bronto simply ignores it until the Indominus Rex starts attacking it. So, with that being said, how would that go? The Indominus is going to be wondering why it can't harm the Bronto. And I actually think this is going to be funny, because the Bronto, believe it or not, is not going to really be noticing or pretty much ignoring the Indominus Rex, not really paying any attention to it. It's just trying to graze, trying to eat, or trying to drink, right? And then here comes this creature trying to attack. And keep in mind, the Brontosaurus is huge. And I think that's an understatement when it comes to Ark creatures, right? You see, when it comes to like Jurassic Park creatures, they're only like slightly taller than their real life counterparts. Like, this is Rexy and Sue side by side, by the way. Yeah, and Sue is smaller than Rexy. So I'm not really sure how Sue even won that at all because of the whole. But you know what? No, we ain't getting to that. And this is Sue compared to an actual Ark Rex. Yeah, I know, it's absolutely insane, isn't it? Like I always said, our creatures are freaking kaijus in comparison. And so, if a regular Argentinosaurus compared to a Ark Bronto looks like child's play, by the way. oh my gosh, that is horrible. The Indom is likely going to be starstruck by the size of it, because again, she's like, I've dealt with Brachiosauruses, but this is a bit much. And the funny part is, right, imagine if this was like the Dreadnoughtus. And the Indom is just looking up at it like, oh my gosh, no. So, believe it or not, I think the Indominus Rex is going to try to attack the Bronto with everything she has. Maybe even trying to climb up and try to like get to its neck. Or maybe just try to climb up on it in general. But keep in mind, the Bronto's tail whip can actually reach a good length of its body. So it's possible the Bronto could just like whip its tail out at such an astonishing speed and then just straight up smack and one-shot the Indominus. I'm not even sure what's going to happen to the Indominus on that one. I'm not sure if it's just going to break her neck or turn into a splat in midair. Probably just with the Bronto looking confused like, oh, okay, whatever. And keep in mind, this tail, even if the Indominus Rex, manages to get the Bronto's aggro, let's just say the Bronto's like acting like a natural creature, right? And it gets, the Indominus gets its attention, it gets its aggression up and stuff like that. The Bronto's likely just going to have its back turned to it and just look at the Indominus and be like, okay, I dare you. And then when the Indominus lunges, bam, sent flying and dead at the same time. Absolutely crazy. But let's go over option 2, an ambush. It's nighttime. The Indominus Rex is camouflage and it picks out the Bronto. And so the Indominus goes for the bite on the Bronto's front leg, excuse me. And well, it doesn't work. Why, Legendary? Because how are you going to have all that speed, all that intelligence, and even the stealth advantage, but you still can't get even a drop of blood out of it? You can't even give him a flesh or a skin wound. Absolutely horrible, isn't it? And the funny part is the Indominus would have that advantage, and then as soon as it attacks, well, the Bronto's gonna be like, well, time to see if I can get a home run today. Bow. Because again, that tail can cover like half of its body. And I think I find it funny because this tail here, kills T-Rexes. Ark Rexes, matter of fact. Sure, it takes a decent amount of blows and definitely depends on if the Rex gets a right position or not. But again, at the end of the day, that thing can still kill T-Rexes. Not even joking about that one. So that means that the Indominus Rex can't even overcome one of the more underrated and underutilized creatures in Ark. Crazy. So Rexy loses to the Trike and the Indominus Rex loses to the Bronto. Let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys later for another video. Peace.